Hello everyone, welcome back to more for the 2023 Imperium Cup with Dune Imperium with the Rise of X and Immortality expansions. I'm your host and commentator, the BlackShadow, continuing our coverage of the group stage of the competition. Taking a look at Group B, featuring players mainly from Central and Western United States and such. And here's a look at the standings. Today's game is going to be featuring Roma, Beast, Invalid Name, and the Papa Khann. I haven't had very much chance to look at very many games from Group B. I haven't really been able to cover it too well, but it's quite an interesting little group, actually. There's a lot going on. 5 games played so far. 5 separate winners means that this group is still really wide open for people to start making moves into. Aaron Engineer finds us off the top of the table with 3 played with 11 points, so a win in 2 seconds, which is pretty good going, but has got a lot of competition. Roma, Beast, and Legolas all fairly close behind, along with Martel as well, all with a game less played. So right on the heels here. So Aaron, far from safe, will need a good result. Romeo, of course, is going to be playing in this one here as well. A win in second place so far is pretty good. Also has the highest average points rating of the group as well. So looking decent for any tiebreakers or so. But Romeo's going to need to keep getting good results in order to try and make a push for the top 2 and find those spots into the quarterfinals. And it's pretty close for the Beast as well. Not that Beast, unfortunately. So all pretty tight so far. No huge runaway winners. A little bit further on down the table, Invalid Name and Papa Khann have got 2 points from their games so far. Still got games in hand, which didn't feel too bad. You'll also notice as well that my co-colleague CGFM is currently down there as well. Unfortunately, 3 games played, 4 points, which isn't a great return. But his stats are pretty outrageous, and this is what I've been hearing. So I've heard he's actually been playing not that badly, but look at this, 3 games played. He's averaging nearly 10 points a game. 130 points in those matches, though, is absolutely absurd. So his matches are averaging like 43 points per match. Completely crazy stuff. I'll also make an extra mention as well at the bottom. Eric5518, also known as IPAMS, you might remember, went on an insane run in the GPIs, winning basically every single match that he played until the end of the competition. It was an outrageous run. Only played 1 game so far and only getting the 4th place position as well. So he's got a lot of work to do, but that obviously will not feature in today's match. Alright, so we're getting ourselves ready for the match here. Beast finds himself in first position, means it will be invalid to choose first. And yes, he looms. Let's go through the Talaxu row first, however. Usurp, I do think is a cool card. Maybe it's a little bit overpriced, unfortunately, but it could do some really, really cool stuff. I think it pairs a couple of leaders really well. I think Paul, I actually think it's a really, really cool card with him, but that's just me. Also, we've got Industrial Espionage, which is a bit of a tricky card to get working, but if you can get that grafting, there's big, big benefits for it. The Imperium row, the Talaxu Master is there immediately. And to be honest, there's no other great immediate cards. Maybe Benny's Sister. Keep Power's good, but takes a while. Space Travel as well. So I don't know what's going to happen. This is very volatile. Text-wise, Spy Satellites turns up immediately. Very, very strong tech in this sort of group format. Top Projectors is solid. Detonation on the front row as well. So, plenty of potential. The big question is what's going to go on over here. As for our leaders, wow, wow, wow. Okay, no Ilban, no Beast. We got Baron. No Tesia either, so the question is Helena going to get her way to 4th spot? You'd think Baron in 4th. Helena probably is going to get picked in 3rd. Hundro is going to find a way to 1st. And then, I don't know, maybe Paul in 2nd? Romba maybe? I don't know. We'll see. But this is going to be this is going to be interesting. This Talaxu Master makes things really weird. All right, go for it. It depends even if we do see Baron in 4th spot. Like, Baron, he's not the best in 4th spot because he can definitely be very easy denied by 3rd player to Hardy Warriors, which can really stunt him. Helena used to be a very classic pick in 4th position, the idea being that she could act fairly unobtrusively, and this might not be the worst shout to go for Helena, but her results in the 4th, in Ix and Imo overall have been not very good. So I'm kind of curious to see what'll happen here. But we do see Baron picked in 4th. I guess just a kind of I just dominate going further down the list. So Papa Khann has an interesting choice. I've seen Hunter in 3rd position can do all right. The problem is his shipping usually gets blocked off by green a lot of the time. The current meta where red smuggles and green goes forward space. So it's a little tricky. I think Helena is not outrageous. It puts the pressure on red and or especially green to like atomics early to get rid of Talaxiumars because they simply do not know what you've got. The only issue though is that if you do pull your signet ring and somehow those two don't rip the row, you have to use your ring immediately. Which means if you want to go to faction spaces like Welf or Hardy or Steel Suits, it's very hard to achieve that. So that's the only issue with taking Helena in third here. If you pull your ring and somehow it gets to you, then, you know, like, you have to use it basically on the spot. And you are obviously subject to what your card is. You pull a load of daggers, that is a problem. So, curious to see what the pick is. Takes Hunter instead to not allow it. So this means Beast has the opportunity to pick Helena in first position. Which means if she pulls the signet ring, which you do half the time, and you've got a half-decent row, it's Talaxium Master first round, guaranteed. I don't think you can turn that down. I think given the row is not great otherwise, TM is so far better than anything else there, I think it's Helena for me. It's a little dangerous. If you don't pull your ring, it feels kind of not great, but I think you got to go for it. What's the other alternatives? Paul in first? It's like, it's not great. Rombro in first is tricky. Maybe go for the smuggling. Does go for Paul in first position. Turns down Helena. So Roma now has the opportunity to take Helena in second, and I don't think he's going to turn it down. However, again, same problem. If Paul's signet ring immediately, then the issue is, like, what do you do? Do you give up fold space for it? We shall see. Okay, Hundra has a choice of Cull or Water Peddler's Union. Surely taking the water early here. The Cull is nice, but Water Peddler's, like, straight away is really good. Baron has choice of tokens, of course. Looks like he's going to go for the normal 2 of the Fremen and the spacing. So, no change there. Here come the draws. Wow. Well, Helena finds Signet Ring and no faction access. It's a bad hand, though. She probably has to go Arrakis. Hundro's got faction access in Signet Ring. Hundro's going to get to fold space here. This is a great early result for Hundro.
The 1 inch.
Baron is not drawn his daggers. Everyone's drawn both daggers. That is wild. So here we go then. So we're underway. First conflict is the Influence Spice Skirmish. It's an amazing, amazing series. So here we go. Does Paul Atreides rip the row? He doesn't rip the row! So Helena has to go Arrakeen, surely, with Signet Ring. You know, as a backup, worst comes to absolute worst, that you can always dagger or something. I don't really know what you're looking for. Your other convincing would be awesome. So Helena's going to get round 1 TM here, almost certainly. She goes Basin! Well, this tells you that she's going, tech negotiation. And that's pretty much it. Okay, then. So that is done. So that's been allowed. Paul deciding just to let her have TM round 1. I don't know if that's correct or not. Interesting. It's going to be important for the table to try and get in Helena's way. The problem is, like, if she gets Siege access, she can just go Siege and research whenever she wants. So Hundra has an interesting choice. Does he fold space or does he Hardy Warrior? He's just going to fold space it, which makes sense. Baron is going to go Hardy Warrior immediately with his Sikh allies, and he's not losing this conflict with both daggers. So, third and fourth position can feel reasonably happy about this. I'm curious to see what Paul Atreides' second move's going to be here. He's got to feel that Helena's probably not getting involved in further conflict with that Imperial Basin limp. It's kind of weird, so might just go Carfag and see what he pulls. Don't know what his top card was, but he wasn't interested in it. He picks up the coal that Hundro dropped. It's actually not bad for him, because he's got the money, so he might use that pretty early. Frozen free. Everyone's got all the daggers. Yeah, hold on. Hold on. This needs to be done. This is mandatory. So, yeah, Baron must take the bumps. It is mandatory when you deploy 4 or more. Must be done on the spot. So, Helena just tech negotiates. So, she's just going to go ahead and grab that. So, Hundro knows that if he puts in 1 troop, he's going to be good for the he's going to be good for a spice here. I think he... Oh, so it's awkward. The problem Hundro's got here is that if he goes Haga Basin... He has peddlers behind. I think you have to go Haga Basin with intentions of going Steel Suits next round, because assumably Helena's going to cut you off from fold space, and then you use that to get to Great Flat. I think it's Hager Basin for me. I think it's Hager Basin with my Signet Ring. That's the way I would play it. Limping a troop. You're going to beat Helena. Oh, he draws. Oh, he finds another experimentation. I know why he's doing that, but the problem is he's now drawn his experimentation. The one card he didn't really want to see, really. So, yeah, I didn't like that. I think I would have preferred, yeah, Hager Basin. Assume next round Helena cuts you off from forward space, so you get to Steel Suits. And if she goes, like, she doesn't cut it from forward space, then you just go shipping. I get why Hundro did that, but didn't think it was the right idea. Baron has no moves, so he has to reveal early. 2 Persuasion, 2 Daggers. It's a pretty bad row for him. Oh, he's going to gamble at 2? Oh, my God. Wow, that's outrageous. Gambles at 2, a complete punt, and finds Dissecting Kit. There is no justice. I cannot believe he just did that. That is ridiculous. Everyone's going to show 2 daggers here. Which is pretty wild. Paul gets the Water Peddler. He thinks he's in business. The problem is, Hunter's got Water Peddler's Union. So it's not as good as it looks. Helena is not going to get anything for this conflict. But she gets the TM, which is all that matters here. It's all she cared about. So she's going to look to just draw that as many times as possible. And let that do all the work. But Hundro will pip him for the spice here with his 2 experimentations. So Hundro's going to be very reliant on his redraw here. Yeah, I don't know. I know why Hundro did what he did, but it wasn't the move for me. So he has 2 Persuasion as well. Are we going to see a second gamble? Surely not. Just grabs the liaison. Yeah, that's a responsible thing to do. I can't believe Baron gambled at 2 and found Dissected. That's just absolutely no justice. There's so few cards that he would get hold of. They'd actually buy. Wild. So Baron wins and gets instant shipping access. Now, the thing is, it's kind of weird here for Helena. Helena could go forward space, but I don't really see much point. Like, you're only helping Baron if you do so. Couple of spice for Paul. Spice for Hundro, we move on here. Rate stockpiles. More spice available here. Okay, that's not bad here. It kind of nullifies the extra water, though, that Hundro's got. So a little bit unfortunate. Hundro refines his Signet Ring immediately. That is an outrageous draw. How on earth did he just find that? That is so wild. So Hundro wants to go... Oh, Helena! Why would you... Oh, that only benefits the Baron. Only benefits the Baron, that. I actually think he should have mined again. And the idea being that you want a Signet Ring, and then you want to go Wealth, like in your second action. I mean, you could do this and just bump up again, but I wouldn't cash it in. I would bump up with the intention of going Wealth. Okay, so that's... Yeah, if you're going to do that way around. I like that. Because you're going to get Smuggling next round. So Baron just gets immediate access to shipping, unfettered. I don't know. I think Helena should probably just gone Steel Suits, not going to lie. I know why she went forward space, but... You know... Baron's the only person that benefits from that. That doesn't really help you, in my opinion. That's just me. It's not going to help you for some time, at least. I wonder if Paul Atreides might go Wealth Mentat here. I actually quite like that. Going Seiki Eyes to Wealth, maybe even just culling one of your daggers and redrawing. You've got a decent... You got 4 Persuasion plus a couple of draws, and Diplo you're going to use. Gets everything used up here. Paul Atreides bought... What did Paul Atreides buy? I actually don't remember. Oh, he bought the Water Peddler. Okay, it's not so ideal then. So Baron goes Wealth instead, because Baron feels obviously he's got to prep up for his... He's got to prep up for his Swordmaster ASAP. I think you might legit see Baron just go immediate up and down and take Wealth here. Paul does opt to cull a dagger immediately, so I don't hate that. So he's definitely looking for probably using. Oh, he calls the peddler immediately. Okay. Oh my god, is Paul Atreides going? So Paul Atreides is going to go Hagger Basin here because he thinks that he's good. He's going to water monopolize. That's the plan. No, he goes out. What? He's double drawing. I don't know what he's... Oh, he finds both daggers. Well, they're both going in now. I don't know if I like that move. I don't know. I think when you just gate Spice and hit Faction, but obviously opting otherwise. Here is the Steel Suits from Helena, which I think she should have done first up, but never mind. I think she's going to limp one in. Helena's clearly... Roma's going to go for the strategy of just trying to limp in and get sort of cheap combat rewards. I don't know how much she's going to be able to achieve that, however. I think Helena's better off as a punchier sort of leader, hitting cities and such. And always just threatening that. I think that's better for her. Hunter's got his Seek Allies. You think he might as well use it. Go Secrets or something. Looks alright to me. Oh, no. Oh, but he can't use it right now. So Baron is going to go... Oh, Baron's got a problem here. Baron uses his Signet Ring. He can't actually get hold of Swordmaster right now, so he's just going to bump up twice and get the Intrigue. Which I think is not unreasonable. I have no idea what Paul Atreides is going to do here, by the way. Baron finds diversion. Is he going selective? Is he going selective breeding and trashing a dagger? You know what? I think he is. Wow. So, just culling his deck super early here. He's up to 7 persuasion. Not enough occupation, which I think he was kind of after here. Helena reveals for 4, takes plan coupling. Solid card. 100 with 5. Curious to see what Hunjo is going to do here. Power plays on the row. Looks tempting. Hey, it can't be a bad move. That peels off from Brethren Mother Mahayim, which might be of some interest to Paul Atreides, but I don't know. Baron's trying to work out Hunter's trying to work out what Baron can buy here. I don't know why he's really worried about this. Like, you're not ripping the row. Baron also with 5. Baron has obviously used his atomics and got lucky with dissecting kits. I expect we'll just see like Test of Humanity or something. Maybe even Bene Gesserit. I think he'd go Test of Humanity. Test of Humanity is a nice solid card. You know, the faction access is nice. Making people lose stuff is always good. You know, it's a cool card. And we do see it. Negotiate Withdrawal turns up here. So Paul Atreides with 7. Interesting choices for Paul Atreides. How does he want to proceed here? He has atomics. Does he gamble to try and pick up like a Treachery or even like Jessica or something? I have no earthly idea. I really don't know. Like, Negotiate Withdrawal is solid. But I don't know how much he's going to play for him. He's going to gamble. He's thinking of it. I don't hate it. He could also just take Riven Mahayim and just sit with Revealing for 2 spies. That's also solid. I don't know about negotiating for Paul Atreides here. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big fan of it. I'd rather go Mahayim if you're going to buy anything. I'd buy just one big good card, you know, with your reduced deck. Yeah, and does opt to do so. Peels off Sayadine, which he would have gotten hold of if he got negotiated by, which is pretty wild. So, no comment to resolve. Paul Atreides gets 3 spice. Couple of spice for Helena. They'll both feel fairly happy. What does Paul find? Anything interesting? Charisma. That'd be useful for a spice for slow buy later on. So Paul Atreides wants to try and find some other Bene Gesserit. There is some about. Round 3 is the Imperial Basin Conflict. So victory points, the water. That's not good for Hundro, though. It's not good at all. Oh my gosh, and Hundro's only drawn... I think Hundro's actually going to go like Haga Basin and cash in the smuggling that way with expediting. Oh, he should. Oh. Oh, I would have gone Haga Basin and expedited, I'm not going to lie. That way you could get troops into the combat and just flood it and probably take it down with both daggers. Now it's really hard for Hundro to actually like get this enabled. Would have liked to have seen that. I think that would have been a better move for Hundro, personally speaking, but that's just me. He's hoping to get to like Hardy Warriors, I think. I don't know that he will, although he's kind of fortunate the fact that no one's drawn any faction access, so it looks like he's going to get there, which is kind of lucky. So Baron's going to ship. Does Baron just go up and down for hollow projectors? He does. He cannot take spy satellites. So he takes the projectors. He's going to try and like use this to help his hand out here. Paul Atreides is drawn kind of weirdly. Paul's got his dagger. Wow, he's going spy satellites as Paul Atreides. He's going immediate spy satellites. I don't hate that. I think when Helena's also in this game, she's sitting on 3 spies, I think you have to cut that off. I think this is a wise move. So it gets in there first. Helena unable to claim it. It was obviously after it. So Paul was going to rely on that there. I think that's important. Helena's up. I think at this point you probably just start taking some spice with your Signet Ring. Like Signet Ring Sayadina off? Or Negotiated Draw is a great card for you because you're Helena. Like, you can be kind of like... You can just get that basically whenever you want. Bar bad draws. I think you've got to take some spice here. Open up potential for, like, highlining as well. You do want to get hold of shipping. Highlining next round could be pretty good. Maybe even invasion ships is an option for you as well. Like, you got some choices here, but I would be going probably Haga Basin. I would probably keep the war in hand. You kind of want to go invasion ships first in a weird way, but I don't think it's... Then you're giving up on these spy spots. I think you've got to claim the spice. There's so much of it out there. Haga Basin it is. I think this is the right move. I think I would probably... I think Sardini you probably have to peel off here, right? It's just such a good card. Letting other people have that just seems absurd. Especially when it's Imperial Basin conflict as well. I think you got to take Sardina away. I mean, that's the correct move. Pie de Vries turns up. Oh my goodness. There's some meaty reveals out here. So Hundro is going to get his Swordmaster. He can't get hold of Great Flat. He's super nervous about Hardy Warriors, though. That is the problem. Hundro is concerned if he Swordmasters, he loses Hardy Warriors. And I think he wants a piece of this conflict. He's considering Hardy Warrying and not getting his Swordmaster. I don't think you can do that. I think you have to get your Swordmaster here. Letting it go down the train just looks really bad. His other concern is Helena just going to Hardy Warriors this. It's why he's saving his daggers. It's why he's saving his daggers. He's super concerned about this. He wants to get Hardy Warriors. Fortunately for him, he is getting there. No one can stop him. Baron has not got the water. I wonder if Baron's just going to go like full space or something here. I don't know. I don't know what Baron's going to do. Baron can also just go Wealth. Wealth's probably just a solid move. Gives you access to the Swordmaster. You can use a Signet Ring. Doesn't seem a bad move to me. Could also steal suits. Paul's garrison is empty. Hundro's probably going to get involved. Helena, who knows? Helena's looking threatening, but she might not have access. But then she might. But I think you feel like if you limp in 2 troops, you're going to get at least 1 war out of this. Maybe even 2. But he is conscious of diversion. So maybe you go steel suits with intention of Hardy Warrying at some point to get diversion off. He just limped the 1 troop in. I don't hate that. I think that's what we're going to see here. He's just going to limp the 1. Wants to protect diversion. Yeah. I think that's not unreasonable. I prefer it to go in Fold Space. Paul Atreides has got both his experimentation, so he's obviously going to just take the Great Flat Spice and sort it all out from there. Paul can bump downwards and get hold of an intrigue from the Talaxu, which I expect he will do, and does. Like, Usurp is nice. Lena's going to Mentat and is going to wait this out. She does not... I think she was looking for Highliner, and she's missed it. I think she was looking for it. So Hundro now has to shut his eyes and put this in. There's nothing he can do. He doesn't like this. It feels terrible. But all you can do is put it in. And either you win or you don't. If you don't, you're getting a ton of water back. It's not a disaster. He puts in 3. He figures, well, Helena's got no intrigues. Either she's going to beat him or she's not. Baron can have, like, second wave, though. So he is going to go ahead and put the 4th in. I can understand thinking about that. But Baron is just making it a little uncomfortable. And I don't hate that. So Baron gets the sword. Couple of persuasion to buy. I don't think he's going to buy anything here. What does Baron do with his specimens? Does he buy Beetle? Does he go Usurp? He can't top deck, it's the problem. Usurp's a great card to top deck when there's something good on the road and you know you can get hold of it. There's some good stuff out there, though. It might tempt him. Thinking about it. I think the Beetle's probably the better choice. I don't think Usurp's a great card for Baron. But he does have hollow projectors. So he will see it more often. It's a bit gambly, Usurp, but I don't hate... If you're going to go and get Usurp, I'd rather get it early. The thing is that he doesn't have his atomics. And everyone else does. But he goes for Usurp, does the Baron. All right, then. Here we go. This is going to get interesting. Very good. All right. So Paul reveals for 6. I imagine Paul's taking part here. He'll pick the intrigue first, of course. Oh, double cross. Oh, what a spot as well. He might actually double cross Baron here. Right now to get the water. With intentions of research stationing. Oh, he goes for all 9. That's 8. He goes occupation. Alright, so Paul Atreides is going to use this here. He's going to garrison his troops. I think he's going to double cross blue here. And you know what? I think for the water swing, I think I would do this as well. Yeah, I like this. So he will double cross blue. Blue's the correct option. Oh, wow! Double crosses Helena! Helena's still got an action. Wow, okay. I didn't quite expect that. Did not quite expect that. So he's telling Helena, well, you're gonna have to put something in here. I mean, in a theory, I don't know. Interesting to go for Helena there. I'm a little surprised. Baron's revealed. Like, you can just kick him out of combat. It's a water guaranteed. But I guess Figures does not want to give Helena loads of water for Talaxu Master and hitting Research Station. You know what? I think there's some wisdom to that. And Helena has no daggers. She's played her 1 dagger here, and she doesn't have her other one. So, this is gonna work. Unless she goes Carthag and finds something interesting. I think she might have to go Carthag and see if she gets lucky. You could play the experimentation, I guess. But I think at this point, I think Carthag, and you need a more immediate response. You do want to find this water. Or even just go Arrakis and try and flute Talaxu Master right now. 1 in 6. It's not impossible. Sorry about that. I mean, it's also, there's just a couple of spies at base, and like, it's not a bad option. Ops not to. I think think I would have liked to have seen a little perk at Carfag, but decides against it. So Paul Atreides' plan works pretty well. 100's going to win the conflict. He's happy with this. And Helena reveals for 5. Sayadina is worth 2. It costs 2, but she could also just take Paita and call it a day. And you know what? I think I might do that. Sayadina is out of the game. And does do so. So Paita is taken. Sayadina no longer part of this. Combat's going to be resolved. So 2 water for Baron, 1 water for Paul. 100 takes the point. So moving on to round 4. Oh my holy goodness. It's machinations. And Helena is staring down Highliners. Huh. Wow. Yowie wowie. Baron's up. Baron has a slight issue here. If he wants to get his Swordmaster right now, how's he going to do it? He would have to go shipping and just cash in the money. Which I think he's happy to do. He's got no way of getting hold of Swordmaster right now. Paul Atreides and Helena aren't really close to getting it, it should be noted. So he might gamble and try and go up twice. But I think just taking the cash and the intrigue and just guaranteeing Swordmaster is probably the wise choice here, truthfully. Yeah, feels like this is the move you got to make. I would have paid for the intrigue first, by the way. If you'd have found, like, Windfall... He doesn't find Windfall. If he would have found Windfall, he'd actually bump up twice. Finds Refocus instead, which, you know, is alright. So, Paul Atreides. Is Paul Atreides going to go mining here immediately and force Helena's hand? Or does he not bother? I don't know. It's a weird conflict for him. He has spy satellites, so it's not a great conflict. So he's just not going to get involved here. He's just going to take the cash hard way, though. He's going to bump down to Rush, which I don't hate. He's done a lot of trashing already. Nothing much to be done. I think that's okay. So Helena can highline at her leisure. Everyone knows it's coming. Is there anyone that has any way of preventing this from happening? Don't know. She's got a TM. Doesn't need to use it. Is there any better move for Helena here? I don't think she ever researches. She doesn't like highlighting research right away. She is highlighting. We know this. So what other move could she do here? What alliances does Helena want to go for? She can obviously make a punt for spacing. She'll probably get it. I think she's considering, like, selective breeding. Selective breeding, draw a load of cards, Diplo, Highliner. Like, Highliner's not in any danger here. Wealth is also an option. She can't conspire, unfortunately. Nope, just gonna Highliner immediately and just get stuck in. Okay. So, curious to know what she's intending to do with all this water. I'm not hanging about. I mean, it was in no danger, but just punting it in there and saying, alright, let's not mess about. The trash is optional. Doesn't have to trash. Ah, that's the problem. Top card is plan coupling. Doesn't want to draw it. Because if she draws it and plays it, she has to draw, so... Helena might opt not to draw here. And just use Diplo. And you know what? I don't hate that. I think that's fine. Because she obviously wants to see TM as much as humanly possible. So they know they now know she's got TM in hand already. And that's a card she doesn't really want to draw, which has to be plan coupling. So everyone knows where, may have an idea where she is here. So just not going to draw. Hundro has got his he's got both daggers. Oh, it's a kind of a weird spot here for Hundro. I think Hundro is just going to go steel suits. Probably just limp the troop in. Kind of see where he ends up here. I don't hate this. It's fine. Looking for his ring would be good. No, that's not it. Is anyone going dreadnoughts this game? I don't know. I feel like Hondro should probably consider hitting Imperial Basin with experimentation as well, so he can get some intrigues going. Or get more of them going. Baron can Swordmaster. Surely he just... Wow, okay, so he's going to do it with... Yeah, he's going to use it with his dagger. He's going to use Dissecting Kit to trash it. Makes sense to me. Get that Colt, get that out of there. Yep, makes sense. Gets a specimen for his troubles. So, Tessie Humanity. I don't know if he's going to use it to a city. Is he just going to look to go secrets with it? I don't know. Paul does. He's just going to continue selective breeding and just culling his deck out as fast as possible here. This is super aggressive. When he draws his occupation. Wow. So, Paul Atreides is going to get free spice on reveal. I don't know if he wanted to see his occupation card, but he's only got a 9-card deck, so it's not a big deal here. Helena would just go wealth, I imagine. She's a little uncomfortable with Hondro, though. This is the problem. Hondro has a lot of intrigues, and you have none. I would not hate Helena just opting to go Hardy Warriors here. I really wouldn't. She's going to get a random intrigue. She's going to go Falseway, so there's a bit of greed here from Helena. So Hondro can go after this if he really wants to. He does go Basin. I think it's a good opening move. And he's going to have a free punt at Carthag. Most likely, because I don't think Baron's going. I think Baron's just going secrets. This is bad news for Helena, actually. Helena is going to have to either drop Experimentation or her dagger. I'm curious to know what she's going to drop here. Paul can drop the dagger. He doesn't care. Hondro probably just drops Convincing. I guess we're going to get a feeling for what his confidence is going to be. Rapid Mobilization found for Baron. That's huge for later. Big result for him. So, Paul will drop the dagger. Tessie Humanity, either discard a card or a troop. Oh, Helena drops the dagger! Oh, Hondro drops the dagger! Oh, Hondro dropped Convincing. Keep both daggers. This is... You could legit go for this. Oh, you find anything at Carthag. Or your intrigue, like, you just win. Oh. I would have kept the dagger. Okay, well, here we go. How's this going to go down? So, Helena is going to go ahead and get the... I think she goes up and trashes the dagger, personally. No! Oh my god, bypass protocol is found. Oh dear. So, more choices of cards. She's only got 2 persuasion at the moment. She doesn't have enough to get hold of the Talaxu immediately. She has atomics. There's some crazy worlds she, like, gambles to try and find, like, spiritual fervor or something crazy. But she can't afford it anyway. She's got 2 persuasion. Anything good enough to bypass there? I don't think so. I think she'll hold on to that for now. So Hondro, I think, should go Carthag. And if he finds anything juicy, like, he can go for this. I don't honestly see anything else he's doing here. There's no reason to go to Mentat or anything. It's just a trip to Carthag for me, and, you know. You could go Siege. There's so much water out there, I don't really see much point. You get lucky. It's a redraw. I would play Illicit Dealings right now and redraw your intrigue. He doesn't opt to, so he's just not even going to bother. If he finds, like, Private Army or something, he might be upset. Baron cycles out Convincing to draw his other Convincing. Might as well. 2 to buy. I don't think he's going to buy anything here. Not a lot of cards getting bought this game, which is good for Helena, but Paul Atreides with Occupation and Reverend Mother is really scary. So Hondro is just going to take the cheap resources. I would have done this immediately and seen what he would have drawn. Harvest cells. Well, he can't use it. He's got his specimens. I don't know if he's going to use it for anything or not. I have no idea. I think he'll just take the beetle. Any research, he beats both Helena and Paul Atreides to it, so I think he will be looking to bump down on an experimentation, probably. 2 to buy for him as well. Paul Atreides is absolutely stacked on resources. Second liaison for Hundro. I don't know I like that until you start trashing some of the daggers. So nothing to be done here. So Helena will take the... She gets maybe a little fortunate. I think Hundro could have made life more difficult for her, but opts not to bother. We'll take the Fremen bump, I imagine, as well. I think I might prefer going Emperor, personally. But she also wants water for a research station as well, so... You know. Let me move on. There's water everywhere here, by the way. I mean, the lowest water level is 2, and everyone else has got 3. It's crazy. Cloaking Dagger is next here. The wild bump's not bad. The intrigues are useful for some folks here. Helena redraws TM. There's no way for Helena to get hold of Swordmaster, though. It's not available yet. Paul Atreides is up. Doesn't have to be worried about Helena getting to that. He finds occupation. But other than that, his hand is not great. Paul having a think here. Occupation is the only card that doesn't get... Oh, he just grabs it immediately. It's a little negative, personally, but okay. Helena will just, obviously, she's just going to double bump up here. A little surprised Helena doesn't go up and down and just take the... little surprised she didn't just take the up and down and just get Swordmaster immediately, but opts not to. Yeah, I think Helena's having a look at it, is actually maybe reconsidering this. Yeah, and he is gonna change. I thought so. Might as well just get the Swordmaster now and be done with it. Makes sense to me. So Hundro has got power play. Signet Ring, Diplo. It's a good hand. I think he's just going to smuggle with his ring and get Expedite readied up here. Yeah, that's what we're going to see. So power play and Expedite means that he is threatening triple bumps. Is there any world he tries to triple bump and like pass Helena at fold space? It's a big commitment. If he thinks he can do it while winning the combat, he might go for it. Baron's going to get rid of his dagger. Try and find a better card. Hello, Usurp. Ooh. Now, I gotta say, do notice how the Baron's hand suddenly went up to the Imperium row there? Did you spot that? Yeah, that might be a little bit of a tell. So, Usurp's been found. It's not a great hand, though. Unfortunately, the row's not amazing. That's the only problem with Usurp when you don't have atomics. You know, you are subject to how it is all going to go. He might use, like, local fence to buy some spice or something. Fremen Camp looks great, but he needs the spice. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He's off to Hagar Basin. And he's going to pump some dudes in here. Wow, this is very aggressive. Very aggressive. So this is going to get his diversion off. Is what he's thinking of here. So the card he grasps gets lost immediately. So diversion will diversion is removed. Fufit Howat's turned up on the road, by the way. That's pretty nice. So just getting diversion off. I don't hate that. I think it's fine. It's not a bad conflict to go for as well. I think I would have put in all 5, truthfully, but that's just me. So Paul Atreides has got occupation. I don't know how he wants to do it. So Occupation's a cool card that wherever he goes gets turned into a combat card. Into a combat space, whether it is or not. I think Pull Atreides might go Great Flat here. There's so much water out there. I think if you're going to go Great Flat, you got to do it now. And he does agree. So he's going to take the 4 spice. He's going to stock up here. Is Paul Atreides... So Alliance is just bombing the Bene Gesserit, right? So he's just going to keep going secret, selective breeding, that sort of thing. Looks like that's the plan. This breeding's kind of weird, though. Like, what would he trash? So does Hundro spring the trap here? Or is he just going to go like Hardy Warriors or Steel Suits or something here? You feel like he's more likely to go for the Fremen. Especially when Helena acts before you. It makes going for the... makes acting going for the spacing a bit more uncomfortable. The Fremen, the Baron acts after you. So you'd feel a lot more secure in, like, feeling you can hold it. But also the problem you've got is Paul Atreides is bombing the Bene Gesserit. But no, he is going to go Steel Suits and just stack up on... I don't even need to go Steel Suits. I mean, you've got Water Peddlers Union. Not going to lie. I think I would have considered that. So this is all... He's gonna dump it in here. I don't know how many troops are actually going in. So, Baron in a spot of bother here. The Alliance is toast. Does 100 put any of these in? You should probably put at least 1 in. Puts in 2. Bear in mind, for Harvest Cells to work, he needs 3, by the way. Just a note. No one has claimed this, the Talaxi Spice Buy, which is pretty wild. Hundro has not drawn experimentation to claim it. I think he's going to try and hope that he gets to research station somehow, but surely Helena's going there first with, like, planned coupling. He's just going to draw, like, a million cards. Baron's got 2 actions. Could opt to refocus. But it's just his dagger in there. But it's more to draw a card. The problem is he's got both experimentations. There's only 1 spot left and there's nothing there. I would not hate Baron just refocusing for a draw. Try and find a Diplo or something. But I think he's going to hold on it to try and redraw Usurp later on. He's off to Carthag. Trying to get himself out of trouble here, I think. Dear me. Dear me. Yeah, no need to put anything in. So Paul is... Oh my god! What in the... Wow. Oh, he pulls his Diplo. He knew he was going to pull it. Research station that says, wow! No, I guess so. It's still there. I guess so. Unbelievable. That was a wild... Holy hell. I do not know if Paul Atreides should have got Highliner there. That's 8 troops for a Wild Bumper 2 Intrigues. I don't know that that was the right move, everyone. I really don't know. Really don't know. So, Hunter's got an interesting spot here. He wants to use his Diplo, but if he goes Research Station, he gets +2 Spice. The only other issue, though, is if he does, he's redrawing into his hand, so he's not going to see his signet ring for a little bit. I have no idea what Hunter is going to do here with this move. This combat's over. It doesn't feel good having Diplo not use it. He's just going to go secrets, I guess. Hardy Warriors. He's just getting him Harvest Cells off. I don't really like that move. I really don't like that move. For Harvest Cells, I don't think it's worth it. If you got Staged or Gruesome, fine. But going Hardy Warriors to put one dude in like that, I mean, I guess I understand, like, cementing the alliance, but I don't think it's any particular danger. So Baron's going to refocus now. He's going to try and pull his Diplo or something. He finds Test of Humanity. I mean, hey, that's faction access. It's better than using experimentation, I think, at this point. Although the problem is, of course, like, you have some serious problems with your Talaxia research, but you're just going to have to make up for that in the back-end rounds. Test the Secrets can't be bad. It just can't be a bad move here. Yeah, that's what we do see. I think it's the right move. Just screw the point, get it done. He finds Grand Conspiracy. I think it's going to be difficult to score, truthfully. So Paul's going to reveal for 4. Oh, he's going heavy liaisons. Well, that tells a story. Paul Atreides is getting in for Spiceman's Flow buying. I don't know if I like the double buy, though. I think it would probably have just gone for, like, negotiating, not going to lie. Helena reveals for 6. 2 researchers. Helena's going to get all this Talaxi spice. Just going to cement the Spacing Alliance. Seems reasonable. Then up. Trash the dagger. Get the Talaxi spice. Will feel pretty good. I think Hunter will be a little bit annoyed in a way that he didn't draw in experimentations, but he could have gone Research Station to get it. I think I would have liked him doing that more than going Hardy Warriors. Really didn't like that move. Felt very negative. Yeah, Fufia looks pretty good. You just want nice reveals now is what Helena wants. Cards with good reveals. She has bypass protocol still, by the way. She's eyeing up negotiated. But I don't know she's going to grab it. I think she's going to hold on, but I think she's worried about it disappearing. She has atomics, though, so no rush. 100 for 2. Might go Imperial Spy for the access, and does. Oh, man. Embedded Agent turns up. This is a massive card for Paul Atreides. He would love that. I'm also a bit surprised that Paul Atreides didn't go for Bene Initiate to activate Reverend Mother. So it's pretty clear that he's just looking to reveal Spice for her. And that's it. Baron with 4. Surely you go negotiate withdrawal here. You got Usurp. Like, leave the better agent actions up there. That's fine, yeah. Negotiate is taken. Peels off Boundless Ambition. Hell of a card. So, nothing to be done here. I don't know. I think it's Hunjo. Like, he was going to get that off anyways. I don't think he needs to put the extra troop in for that. I just don't agree, but whatever. It's done. No! How does Paul Atreides find the Benny bump? My God. Oh, huge result for Baron, though. He's found Finesse. That's a great result for him. We might see Carnage at the Bene Gesserit here. I think the Baron's going to hit. He's going to try and get Bene Gesserit with his faction, and he's going to try and beat Paul Atreides to it with Finesse. This could get wild. This is all benefiting Helena, by the way. She's kind of going under the radar here, but she is accumulating points. Round 6 is more victory points in the conflict, by the way. Carthag is found. So, it's a nice one. Second place is not bad at this point. So, does Helena bother with shipping anymore? honestly don't know. I honestly don't know if Helena's going to bother with shipping anymore here. You feel like you probably should go shipping. The problem is, if you use your experimentation, are you ever going to get to this second Talaxi point? I think the answer is... The only way it'd ever have a chance of it is like just going straight up and down and buying the second beetle. But I don't really like it. I don't really like it as a move. I think also just Signet Ringing and just, you know, take Boundless out of there can't be bad. Maybe even Embedded Agent take it out of there. Like, you want good reveals. Embedded Agent is not a bad reveal for you. You know, getting those intrigues. Depends how she sees it. But she might not bother shipping. She might just give up on it at this point and just figure, well, I'm just going to hit Selective Breeding and I'm just going to draw TM as much as humanly possible and just use that just to try and power my game. I think that's what you might see. I think Helena... This is going to be what... I think what might happen here... Helena might go Selective Breeding, and Baron's going to go Secret and use Finesse to get in front of the Bene Gesserit. And Paul's not even going to find access to that. It's going to be kind of wild, this, if that's what it goes down as. Hunter would be very happy if that's how it goes down, truth be told. He'll be pretty happy. And I think that's what we're about to see here. The power of TM... compels you to draw his beady little face. No, does it with shipping? Oh, this is greedy. Ooh, I don't know about this. I mean, I think if you're going to ship, I would not use Fold Space for it. I would save it. Okay, I guess. Well, I think this is going to draw Fufi Howat then. There's no danger at all. What a draw. So what does Hundro do here? I guess he just smuggles, probably. Yeah, just going to smuggle. It's reasonable. I think he bumps down at this point. Yeah. I don't know if it's likely that Hundro gets hold of the second Talaxi point, but it's like an outside chance. Baron's obviously still got Dissecting Kit, and it's currently not doing anything. Hundro cannot deploy. Baron's going to go... Surely Baron's going Bene Gesserit. And I feel like he's going Bene Gesserit, and he's going to use Finesse to get in front of Paul Atreides here. He's unlucky that Paul Atreides has got the Benny bump, truth be told. He's very unlucky. But the other issue is as well is that Paul Atreides also has... He's got his bump right next to him. Baron cycles out convincing. Well, I don't think he's going Selective Breeding anymore then. Finds Experimentation. What's going on here? Has Baron got other ideas? Is he just going to go for the Emperor Alliance and just call it a day? I don't know. It's tempting. The other issue as well is you're concerned about getting his secret stolen here. So you feel like you kind of got to use Finesse, right? If he was going to go Selective, he would already have done it. He wouldn't have cycled his deck like that. So he might be considering just going Secrets. It's a big moment, this, for Baron. He's got to make a decision here. This is a very big choice for how he looks to proceed here. The problem is, if you go Bene Gesserit and you don't win it, it looks really... you're in big trouble. So it's a bit of a gamble. But you could argue Grand Conspiracy maybe... Like, you want to get 2 factions to 4. So even if Bene Gesserit goes completely to hell, you can always just go Emperor and try and get there in the end. He's also just eyeing up just going Research Station as well and trying to find any way to get, like, Dissecting Kit up and running. But here we go. He's gonna do it. Baron just feels compelled to do this. I totally get the move. So Paul Atreides is going to have to go selective breeding with Mahaim here. Or he could also experiment. But I feel like he's probably going to hit selective breeding straight away here. So secret it is. I can't see how he selective breeds after he shipped away convincing like that. It is secret, so he's going to get 2 intrigues. Secret Forces is not good. Talaxu Puppet is not good. Baron's in some trouble here. So Paul's just got to go selective breeding. His hand is forced. He doesn't want to do this. He's going to try and hope to get out of luck here. So Baron sees it like, that's pretty unlucky. And it is pretty unlucky. Oh my goodness. Well, Paul Atreides is an interesting choice here. Paul could conceivably try and Ixion probe and find his diplomacy. But he's not going to worry about it. I think Paul Atreides should Ixion probe his dagger away, though. Rather than drawing it out of hand. Whatever, I guess. So he's going to get in front here. Just see how Paul Atreides is going to continue the rest of this round, though. Helena's up. Helena's got everything she could ever want. It's a great spot for her. But then, saying that, double faction access, Bene Gesserit's locked up. Does Helena just go diplomacy to wealth and then just High Council or something? It's kind of a weird spot. I think Fufi I'd rather reveal and get the intrigue at this point. I think Wealth High Council can't be bad. You could even Rick the Row. I mean, you'd be able to buy up to 2, 3, 4, up to a 7 coster. 4 in hand, 1 for putting it aside, and 2 for High Council. I think that's what I would do. Wealth High Council here. Yeah, it looks like I think that's the route she's going to look to take here. Then just Rick the Row, see if you can find something really juicy to pick up. I think that'd be the way I would play this. Hundro is going to go Mentat, I think, here. Yeah, and he does. Finds his Diplo. Huge draw for him. Baron has problems here. Baron desperately needs to get stuff offloaded. Is Baron going to go High Council to go get Secret Forces off here? I think you might see that. Yeah. It's exactly what we're going to... Oh. The problem is, if you do that, Dissecting Hit once again is only going to be able to use for trashing. What? Oh my god, is he... What is going on here? He's trashing experimentation? He's just stacking up on intrigues. Counterattack also found. Talents isn't doing a whole lot. Counterattack's not too bad. Is he going to trash experimentation? He must be. Why else would you do that? To do that and not trash it feels kind of bad. Interesting. So Paul goes Research Station. Makes sense. He gets to draw 3. He gets his Talaxu point. No, he's going to go the other way about it. Going to take the bump here and cement his alliance, I imagine. 1 more card red. For his signet ring. It's a spice must flow. That's what matters. He's drawn occupation as well here. Could be interesting. Helena is going to rip it and try and get lucky. She's not going to be too happy about that draw. Might go Guild Chief Admin just for the shipping bump, though. It takes the pressure off hitting shipping. But she did indeed gamble looking for a big card. Nothing too great out here, I don't think. Carry-all. She's got a lot of money for. I think she'll just take Guild Chief Admin and call it a day. I still think it was the right move. A little bit unlucky, maybe. You could also bypass Protocol Guild Chief Admin and hope to get lucky. I actually like that as a move. If you're gonna take a card here, you might as well just bypass it and hope you get lucky. Like, there's some big cards out there to buy. Like, if you pull it off and then peel off like Gurney Halleck or something, you're gonna feel kind of a bit silly. But I guess the argument is you could buy it anyways. Well, Treachery's the 6-coster. Yeah, it's the thing, Helena. I think I would have considered bypassing. You might sometimes get lucky. She can still get Treachery. And she will still get Treachery. She's taken that over from Camp for sure. I feel like. We'll see what happens. 100 with a couple actions to go. No forces deployed. It's surely between him and Baron. Hunter's got to start getting dudes in here. He's got his Diplo, but there's no way really effective for him to put it in. He's running out of cities as well. You just go Arrakis here? I think I would have used the Signet Ring. But, you know, whatever, I suppose. So you've got to put 3 in. It's pretty uncomfortable. Baron's sitting there with 7 intrigues. That is highly, highly uncomfortable. Cannot feel happy about this. How much is Hundred going to commit here? Baron's only move is to go Siege if he wants any piece of this conflict. Surely he has to. With talents and counterattack. And his dagger. I don't see what else there is here. It's not ideal. But it's what it's got to be. Put in the 3. And it just kind of goes down. The problem with counterattack, though, is that he can only get the possible swords if Hunter uses a combat intrigue, which he might not bother. Is Baron gonna give this up? Yeah, I gotta tell you though, if I'm sitting there as Hunter Moritani, I'm seeing this. This does not inspire. This is inspiring confidence. I'm thinking, I don't think Baron's got a lot here. He looks pretty scary, but surely if he had plenty, he would have just got it in. So I'd be looking at him thinking, I might have a piece of this. Yeah, I might Signet Ring this. I might go Hardy Warriors and just chuck it all in. I don't know. Paul opts not to use Occupation. I guess he doesn't need to. He's got Spice Arts. He'd rather just take the resources. So he's just going to resource up here, which I think's fine. Can trash a card. He might trash Experimentation, honestly. Thinking, well, these other Experimentation's going to get him the specimens. Is Paul Atreides ever likely to get the second Talaxi point? I think the answer is no. I think I like this move. So Helena will get Treachery. Gets an Intrigue. Not doing a lot for her, truthfully told. So Treachery taken. Fremenkamp's out of here. So is Hundred Moritani going to get stuck in here? I think he might not want to. Baron certainly didn't cut a very confident figure, did they? The point's there for the taking. I think it's a big point to fight for here. The problem is, it's like, you could also just go like... The problem is, you can't even necessarily prep up for Highliner. The issue is, he's not redrawing his Diplo. So, I feel like if you're going to commit for a fight, it should probably be this one. Winning a tier 3, I think, is really difficult for you here, because you've got Diplo in your hand. I would not hate him just going Hardy Warriors and just chucking it in. That's exactly what we see. I don't hate this move. He figures his best chance to get at the point is now. He gets 2 combat victory points, calls it a day. And then he just picks up like his, the 2 friendships gets into 8. And he works it out from there. Spiceless Flow maybe he's 9. I think it's the right move. So Paul gets the Spiceless Flow. Gets more goodies. Paul Atreides is looking really dangerous here, by the way. Paul Atreides has been allowed to run pretty unfettered. I think Paul Atreides is currently favourite for this match. Not just because he's got 5 points. Obviously, he's got 5 points and 3 in reserve. But I think he's looking really dangerous here. And he's got corner as well, which obviously is a huge help. But Beast is in... I think he's in good shape to top the table here. Playing a pretty solid game. Andro with 3 takes... goes for Bounty Hunter, which I think the idea of that is that he is eyeing up research stations. So I think he's going specimens. He feels he's got to get the second Talaxi point. And you know what? I think I might agree. I think he has to go for the second Talaxi. It's really hard to get there, though. He could also just take troops. Which is what he's going to do. I think his garrisons are light. It's kind of weird, though. I feel like if you're going to do this, maybe you shouldn't have committed into this fight and save for next one. I don't know. Either way, he's going to be good here. Baron cannot catch. So, it's a solid pass. Hundred takes Carthag. Another intrigue for Baron. Baron up to 8 intrigues now. Oh, man, that's nice. And there's some juicy cards out there as well. Might even, like, usurp Guild Chief Admin for Highliner here. Could definitely see that happening. It is the Imperial Basin. Hundred gets a bonus troop here. Hundred is first. Right. How do you play this? The question is this the last round? I would be tempted to suggest it probably isn't. I think it's not... it's reasonably likely this goes in 8th round. So if that's the case, I think I take the bump here with the Emperor. I don't know. He's got Imperial Spy. He needs to use it. Oh, what a hand for Paul Atreides. Oh my Gideon. Yeah, I think I prefer the Emperor bump here for Hundro. And you just hope to like find a way to Bene Gesserit next round. I think this is a solid enough move. He can also go research station and get his bump that way as well. So I think this is good from Hundro. I like the move. Baron Harkonnen can highline here. I think he has to. I think Baron Harkonnen has to get hold of Spice and then usurp Guild Chief Admin. I legitimately think that's the move. Like, you feel as Baron, you've no alliances, you get 3 points after 6 rounds. You have to win this conflict, right? You have to win this conflict. And if you can pack it so full of troops you keep other people away, maybe even you can, like... there's even a cool move with Baron here, where he could retreat his troops and negotiate withdrawal and then put them back in with counterattack. Yeah. And Baron agrees. Baron Harkonnen agrees. I think I might have considered going Great Flats, actually, for the extra spice for Water of Life. To try and get the spice of flow at the same time and just go for everything. But that's just me. Baron doesn't buy a Spice Plus Flow? He's thinking about Choam shares, I guess. I think I still would have bought it. So Paul knows he's not getting to... Well, Paul's got a bizarre hand here. Does Paul Atreides selective breed and trash diplomacy? What on earth is his next card? Oh no, is this convincing? This is convincing argument. Oh my god. I tell you what, if that's the case, then I think it's Paul Atreides. Ixion probe, convincing and liaison. Draw that and whatever else, and then selective breed and trash the convincing argument or something. It feels terrible. You could also just go research station. He mentats with the liaison. Oh, that feels horrible. Why would he do that? There must be a master plan here. I don't like that move when you know that's your next card. I'd have gone research station and try to work it out from there, I guess. I don't know. That feels kind of grim. Helena's up. She has the TM. Unless Helena can find a ton of money, she's not going to be able to get hold of both Talaxu beetles here. She's got 3, 4, 7, 9, 10, 11 persuasion. So Helena's in no danger of buying spice here. Is Paul Atreides going to trash the liaison with the diplomacy? Let's if he gets around to him. He might. I don't know. We'll see. So Helena's got a variety of options here. She wants to smuggle, but she also wants the selective breeding. I think she's trying to work out if she goes selective breeding now, does she get back to smuggling? I think it's not unlikely. Barony feels probably just going to highline straight away. I wouldn't think it likely that Hundro goes smuggling here. Paul Atreides also doesn't look particularly likely here. I think I'm okay with, like, planned and experimentation to selective breeding. It means that Taxi Master's double drawing. Oh, she's going to use Pyder for it. Wow. That is a little brave and a little greedy. She's expecting TM to do the job here. War chest is found. It's not a great pull, truthfully. I'm a little surprised to play Pyder here. Signet ring's gone. Might she regret that? Might have to go research station to guarantee it now. It is a little tricky. Hundro goes wealth. We conspires! Ooh! We finds private army, he can't use it! Another intrigue. Oh no! He's got 12 swords, he has no spice for any of it. Hundred's got a target to around 8 combat. He's got to assume Baron's just going to higher line, and he targets around 8 combat with some spice. That has to be the way Hundro plans this. Here comes the guild chief admin, as noted. So Helena's coming. I think this is probably a wise move from Hundro, actually, not to get involved here and just sit and wait. Baron can discard trash. I don't know that he will. It's all going in, of course. Looks like he's not going to bother. Seems reasonable to me. Although I don't know what Baron Harkonnen's next next action will be. I guess he's not using negotiate in any way, shape, or form. He's not interested in that, which, you know, I mean... So Paul Atreides does find research stations somehow. He finds her in Mahayim. Paul Atreides is just... He's hovering in this weird zone of trying desperately to hold on here for Spice Must Flow. It's so important that he takes it. Life getting very awkward for Paul here. Takes the bump up there. He has to. I don't know. It's very likely he might get the intrigue if he's a little fortunate. So Helena's in a weird spot. So Helena's got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's got 9 persuasion right now. But if she takes a couple actions, she's down to 7 and is reliant on the Talaxu Master. She might feel she's safe. Both daggers are out. I think she'll be alright. Yeah, looks like she's going to just go wealth, secure the point. Might not bother with Research Station. Might go Experimentation. Experimentation also will mean gets double card draw. We'll see what happens. High Council for Hundro. Yeah, I think that's not unreasonable. Gets Dispensation ready for next round. So Hundro is all about waiting for next round and hoping that he wins. Baron gets rid of his convincing, I guess. Finds Test. Oh, that's bad news for people here. That's bad news for Paul. It's bad news for Helena. I think Helena's going to be forced to Research Station here. I think you've got to play Test. The question is, where do you go? Secrets again? Or do you put more troops in? He is going to go Carthag. Helena scraps Recon. Oh my god. Oh! How does he find that? How does he find that? That's an outrageous draw. Baron's got to get this troop in, right? Oh, he doesn't. I think Baron... Oh, I know what he's going to do. So Baron's going to use Negotiate Withdrawal to retreat troops. He's going to put them straight back in. That's what he's going to do here. That's why he didn't bother putting the troop in. He would have just done it, though. Paul Atreides has 9 persuasion, but he's in a real problem here. He wants to take actions. But it's so hard for him to get back up to 9. If he takes any. Does Paul Atreides just reveal and take the spice and take the spice was flow and keep your nose in front of the corner of the market? You've got to be concerned about Helena. He does. I think this is the correct move. It kind of hurts, but it was a bad draw. What are you going to do about it? I think this is the right move here. So I think players might well suspect that he's got corner of the market here. To sack off 2 actions for it. So Helena is in trouble now. Helena 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Experimentation gets her to 6. Yeah, I did not like getting rid of Recon. I would have gone Research Station. I think that was a mistake. She now has to experiment and hope that Talaxu Master gets her out of jail. Yeah, she's doing the maths. It doesn't look good. Recon to Research Station would have made this far, far easier. Now it's a total punt. You might get there, you might not. If you don't get there, you have problems because there's nothing great to buy in the row. Smuggling it is. This is what she was intending to do, but I think probably should have aborted course. She has to go Emperor, right? She could also just cement the Spacey Alliance. She could also go Fremen for the water. But Helena has shown a lot of greed this game, and we see it again. We see it again. Harvest Cells, can't use it. She's going to use no other ways, I imagine, to protect her hand. Interesting that she went and bought the Talaxu Beetle, by the way. Considering she's got War Chest, I think she's going to just use it. 100 Mauritani is going to get 5 spice with 1 dude. Can a troop carry 5 spice? Is that physically possible? What the hell is this game? 100's just going to gamble at 4. Might as well. Maybe you find something interesting. Landing rights you might go for. It's just a 2 persuasion cards. Better than nothing. Maybe there's some Spiceman's flows. Landing rights is okay. Maybe there's some worlds you get to smuggling with your ring. You get to landing right some dudes in. I think landing rights is okay. Corrupt Smuggler. Does he even have any grafting? He definitely doesn't. Killed Admin. He must be eyeing up Highliner. He also goes Jamis. So Baron has 4. The crazy thing is, I think Baron can literally do this and not put any dudes in. Put them back in. This is absolutely cooked. He's going to wrap it anyways, I think. Chom Shares is played. I think he's going to do it regardless. But I would actually maybe even consider using like counterattack to put them in. But I think he's just going to wrap it and be safe with it. I don't know. How greedy does Baron get here? Does he gamble? He's in a bad shape here. He might feel he's got to take the risk. Oh, he does! He's going to get it as well! And Hundro didn't use Dispensation. But he wouldn't have mattered. He can't take it anyways. So Baron gets victory on the cheap. Helena finds Treachery. And she doesn't get the spice. She gets 2 troops in. Unbelievable. But she's going to get 5 spice for the Treachery. But she misses out on the Spice Must Flow. And that's what she wanted. It's a huge break for Paul Atreides, by the way. Corner Market is now safe. He's getting all the points from corner. Helena with 8. What does she even do with this? That was the problem. Research Station, I think, was the right way to play it. If you'd have gotten rid of experimentation and kept reconnaissance, you'd have been totally safe. This wouldn't have been a problem. So it's unlucky, I guess. But when you're drawing 2 out of 3 and one of them doesn't get you the Spice Must Flow, that's the way it goes down. So I think Baron will feel a bit hard done by, but there was a way to avoid this. Take Stilgar, which I think is fine. So Hundro's going to get 3 spice. Helena's going to get 5. Baron gets victory on fairly cheap.
I swear you played it like 3 rounds.
Treachery was never played.
Did you not?
So Baron gets himself back in contention here. He's still sitting with a load of intrigues. He takes it down. 2 victory points for 5 troops is an outrageous result. Hundro gets 3 spice. Allied Armada and Private Army are all ready to rock and roll. What is going to happen here? Round 8 looms. The circus is about to roll in town here. I have no idea what's about to happen. Everyone's about to start fresh drawing here. How does this end? It's Arrakis. It's vacant. No free troops. Baron finds Diplo. Is there any way Baron can get the Spice the Tlaxu point? I don't think so. I think it's too late for him now. Is there any way for Baron to get 6 spice together before... someone's going Highliner, surely. Paul Atreides is going Highliner, so I probably wouldn't even worry about it, assuming he finds the access. Hundro is absolutely just stopped to the gills. Helena finds TM again. Baron's just going to go shipping. Does he put pressure on Helena at the Spacing Guild? It'd be pretty badass to put pressure on the Spacing Guild here. There is an argument to do it, saying that you think Helena might be your biggest competition as far as position. Maybe challenging her for that and putting her under that sort of pressure might be worth it. He takes the cash. He takes the cash. Does he not want more of life? Curious choice. It's Baron eyeing up High Council. Would have thought normally to take the spice there. Strange to take the money. Pulls off to Highliner surely. But he might not think he can win it. Second time occupation straight to Highliner. How do you think you're going to win this though? I think the problem here is that Paul Atreides doesn't know how to score points anymore. He's on reliant on spice satellites and corner market, which is 4 endgame victory points. He's sitting at 11. But the problem is he can't finish the match. And he's highlining, but it feels forlorn. Like, how do you ever actually score points here? Surely Paul Atreides is just better off just hitting selective and just trying to get as many spices slow as possible. Like, the problem is you can highline here, but like, how are you ever winning this conflict? When there's so many intrigues and troops around, I just don't think this is the... I get the idea with Paul Atreides here, but I mean, unless you're going to manage to, like, get to the Emperor and then trash Spice Satellites hard way, I just don't hugely like this move. I just don't think you're scoring enough points of it. The expected value of this is pretty poor. Like, you might not even get third spot in this, truth be told. Everyone might just barrel in. And you've got nothing to back yourself up, and others probably do. So, it's my only issue with Paul Atreides. I feel he thinks like he's struggling to see how else he's scoring points. But I think Paul Atreides just keep doing what he's doing and just trying to buy as many spots and just as many hard points. If you have to give up more actions for it, so be it. That's just the way I see it. Hell, go occupation and trash it. Go selective breeding with occupation and then trash occupation, you know. It's done its job. Regardless, so Helena goes well, which she's happy to do. It's kind of why I wouldn't have preferred, in a way, would have preferred Baron to like challenge the spacing, because it makes it really awkward for Helena. And, like, if Helena has to go full space to defend it, then that's not too bad. You can then look to then chase the Emperor yourself. Research station for Hundro. Sure, he bumps down for the Benny point. He does. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Spice was slow for Hundro. Hundro's sitting with so many swords. Hundro Moritani... I don't know. Is he going to be favourite here? The problem is he loses all the tie breaks to Paul Atreides. That's the only issue. Paul Atreides is just relying on 4 endgame victory points getting the job done here. But it's not comfortable. But there's no spice in this conflict's the only problem. If it was Imperial Basin, there's spice everywhere, but it's already gone. Even Arrakis has a bit of spice lying around. But not Arrakis. Hundro can still win this. If he can take the win, and Paul Atreides either doesn't mind or doesn't get second. I think Paul Atreides has got to seriously consider the fact that he needs to get hold of spice for tiebreakers. I would actually legit say for Paul Atreides, his best move right now is Great Flat. He might think his 4 spice must flow, his 4 in-game victory points is decent, but you don't know what could happen here. Paul's just got to get himself... If you're not going to buy Spice Must Flows, I assume he's going Great Flat. But I think Baron's going to beat him there. Like, Paul Atreides should win this game. But there are definitely ways that he can throw it. Might as well put him in. He's got to research. It's mandatory. I have to tell him to do it. Mentat. Double drawing. Paul Atreides is hoping to get there. You need to draw the card anyways. You only drew one. Convincing it is. It's 8. Paul Atreides, I think, might just Ixion Probe, get to 9, and just call it a day at this rate. It's getting really, really tenuous. But he needs to pick up some spice as well. Experimentation is a draw. He's at the end of the track. You could also might think if he finds experimentation off of like discarding like Spice of Sloan Diplo or something like that, he can get an intrigue. But I legit think the spice is better. And that tells me I think he's actually going to do that as well. I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to probe Spice of Sloan Diplo here. It looks like that's what he's preparing for. Helena's up. I think Helena has to just hit selective breeding, but she wants to get troops in. Interestingly, Helena can bypass protocol Benny Talaxa Researcher and then guarantee drawing it with planned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Probably doesn't actually need to. Could get Shai Halud. Oh, no, you can't bypass Shai Halud. What am I talking about? Power play. The only thing you'd be using it for is Conspire. It doesn't feel great. It only gets you up to 9 cash. I don't know if there's a way to get to 10. Unless you, like, grab, like, Industrial. But she needs to get a Specimen, does Helena, for this Talaxu point. I think she might bypass Benny Talaxa Researcher anyways. But what I would actually do as Helena is I would selective breed first, draw the 2, and then keep the plan coupling draw back. And we'll see if you pull an experimentation. If you don't, it might be better to go and try and pick that up. You got 6 to draw. You got to find one of them. If you find it, then you can then get Talaxa Researcher and bypass protocol it afterwards. That's the great thing in plan coupling. Like, you separate those draws out. I think that'll be the move for me. Planned and recon, selective breeding, draw 2, hope to pull an experimentation, top deck Talaxa Researcher, draw it into your hand. That's like 2 points right there. But you've got the Talaxu Master, though, so it's kind of weird. What other moves are there? Does she think she can win this combat if she goes Hardy Warriors? Feels unlikely. What other points are there? Oh my god, I've just seen. Is Baron Harkonnen going invasion ships? Helena's going for everything. I guess Helena has Harvest Cells, so she doesn't actually need to find the experimentation. I do think she needs to bypass Benny Talaxa Researcher, though. It's a free persuasion reveal card. I think you have to do that, and I think she will. And then she'll just go to, like, recon to, like, Carthag or something. Yeah, I think that seems reasonable. Treachery to that's kind of funny. So, Hardy Warriors, she's going to get herself stuck in and try and pick up whatever she can here. And this is the problem that Paul Atreides has. He's highlined, but it's like, now what? I might not get anything from this conflict. But we'll see what he does. Hundro up. Hundro sitting at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 persuasion himself. Hundro could Hardy Warriors, but I don't think he'll bother. I think he's just going to go Carthag and maybe try and get lucky with an intrigue here. The problem is, I mean, he has dispensation, so he's totally safe. He knows he's got 12 swords. Hundro has to go for this conflict. He could also go Arrakis, and he's going to try and do is to save his Spice Must Flow. He finds a liaison. It's an absolute beautiful draw. It's perfect for find for him here. I think Hundro's going to go Hardy Warriors here. I think he has got Hardy Warriors with that draw, actually. Baron's Water of Lives. 5 Persuasion at the moment. He's got Hollow Projectors as well. 7, 8, 9. Talaxu Puppet is 10. So Baron can get the Spice Plus Flow here. So he's at 9. So Baron can go Carfag. Oh my god, here's the move. Baron goes Carfag. So he can retreat the troops and negotiate with withdrawal. And then pumps everything in with Rapid Mobilization. Oh my god. Oh, if you draw your dagger. Oh, he's usurp. Oh my god, he can usurp treachery. No. Unbelievable. That is a crazy draw. That is an absolutely outrageous draw. Is Baron Harkonnen going to win this game? This is so close. Baron Harkonnen's sitting there with 8 swords. That is an outrageous draw. How did he find that? My god, that's so outrageous.
Man, I was like...
Paul Atreides is in real trouble. Paul Atreides' only move is to grab Spice. What the... Oh, he didn't actually conspire. You not conspire? No, he didn't. No, that's fair. Yeah, that's cool. No, he did not. He found Urgent Mission! Baron Harkonnen's gonna win this game, I think. What is that draw? And now Baron Harkonnen can go High Council! And he can score Grand Conspiracy! Is that the greatest Baron Harkonnen draws you've ever seen in your life? That is madness. How did he do that? Baron Harkonnen's going to win this match here unless Paul Atreides finds Spice Plus Flow right now. And he gets to the 12 and he closes his eyes and hopes he's good. There's 9. He finds Mahayim. He finds Mahayim. He gets a free Diplo. He gets 1 move. Do you just go Secrets and hope? Yeah, he does. I don't know what you could possibly find that's of any good to you. But he's gonna steal from the Baron! If Rapid Mobilization goes here, it's carnage. Huge moment, this. Grand Conspiracy's gone! It's a point! Baron loses Grand Conspiracy. That would have been a point with Urgent Recall. He literally just found a way to score it, and it's taken from him by Paul. Oh, it's heartbreak for Baron. He just Urgent Recalls and goes High Council, and it's just a straight point, and it gives him even more forces because of Secret Forces. Oh, man, that's disaster for Baron. To be fair, he needed, like, basically all of his cards. The only one he couldn't really afford to lose was, like, Secret Forces. And that's about it, really. So he was going to lose something bad. But that is a point down. Helena, I guess, just research stations and draws 3. She's not really got anything else to do here. Finds Stilgar, finds Piter. It's Spice Must Flow. 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12, 14. There's no way she gets to 18. No way. She's got 3 cards to draw. 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12, 14. There's no way she gets this. Surely not. Hardy Warriors it is for Hundro. This is going to be carnage. I do not know who's going to win this. Paul Atreides watching nervously. So, it's not everything for Baron, but it's good enough. Baron has to just protect his own alliance, right? He can't take the Bene Gesserit. The spacing. So he recalls 3 with negotiated, cements the Emperor alliance, and just rapids everything in. It's a shame he couldn't get... He can still urgent recall for High Council. And I think he should do that. I don't see any other way for him to get a ton of stuff in. I think he might as well. He still gets the Spiceman's Flow. He's at 8 Persuasion. Attacks the puppets 9, so he doesn't have to, but he gives them Secret Forces. The thing is, he's got 2 specimens up top, but he can't use them for anything. They are useless. He cannot get the Talaxi point anymore, unless he flukes with the Signet Ring. But you had to go to High Council first to find out. What other moods have you got? You could Carthag. But I think you're more likely to get better value out of High Council specifically because it gives you Secret Forces. You can't be stolen from again. You're the one with Urgent Recall. No one else has any actions. Invasion Ships was never taken. So I think that's the best move here. Recall, Signet Ring to High Council, get an Intrigue, recall the Specimens as Secret Forces, pull back the 3 with Negotiated, take the Emperor bump, and then just shove every single dude in. You can't hike, you can't go Dreadnought. Rapid Mobilization does not let you get Dreadnought in. Counterattack is only troops. So you cannot score. What is he? What? Oh, man. I mean, why not just do it with your Signet Ring? Why on earth would you do this negotiated? What? It's just a free bump. I'm kind of confused by that. Why would you not just use Signet Ring here? I just don't see how that's... I don't know. You just cost yourself an intrigue and leaving an alliance unnecessarily in danger.
Not there. That's alright.
He feels the need to protect his hand, is what's going on here. But it's in no danger. No one else can get the secrets. There's only one urgent recall and you've got it. And Paul Atreides can't re-infiltrate himself. So, you know, should have just had an intrigue, should Baron. Probably won't be able to keep an eye out, but just as a point, folks, keep an eye out for whatever the next intrigue's about to be. Be very interesting. You gotta drop the specimens. 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 Oh, Baron, come on. Gotta drop them to have any chance of winning this conflict.
I don't have any troops, but I...
Oh, Baron, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Oh, Baron. Oh, Baron, no. Oh, Baron. Oh, thank you. Oh, my God. I didn't think he was going to do it. Paul Atreides is 10. I legit think the best move for Paul Atreides is just reveal, take the spice, and hope it all works out. But this looks really nervy now. This looks really nervy for Paul Atreides. He's going to finish at 12. I have no idea if 12's enough. I think it is going to be. But it's made hard work of this. Helena does not... She gets 17. Treachery was the one she wanted right there. Didn't find it. The 2 troops would have been nice, but it's not a big deal here. 17 and 4 swords. So you might as well buy that. There's no point buying Shy. She gets her Talaxu point. She's at 8. Is there anything she could possibly buy that would be of any use? She'd have to buy, like, Smuggler. I've already done that. Not even going to bother.
I'm just going to play that for a couple.
Hundro hopes he's going to win this. He doesn't realise what's about to happen, though, with the Baron. He must realise rapid mobilisation is in hand. He's got 12 swords. Does he think 30 strength is enough? Oh, this is going to be heartbreaking for Papa Khann. I don't think he's going to hold. Baron's made real hard work of this. Hundro realises what's going down. He realises there's problems. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here it comes. It all goes in. And Hundro is going to throw all 12 swords at this, and Baron is going to pip him by a couple. It's heartbreak for Hundro. It's real heartbreak. This crazy match. Baron passes. Helena might as well war chest. It's not going to make any difference at the end of it. For the record, poor Atreides did highline and get nothing. Oh, man. But poor Atreides is going to hang on here. Just about. I mean, when you get spy satellites and corner, you got 4 in-game victory points, and you buy 3 Spicer's flows and get both Talaxu points, you're going to feel pretty good about life. I think Beast has played solid overall. I think everyone's had their moments. Here comes everything. Oh, Hundro. It's the slow death as well. It's the slow death. It's going to happen one at a time. Oh, this is heartbreaking. It just hurts to see it. Hundro has the private army. And then Baron Harkonnen is going to win the combat with the counterattack and secure second place. Paul Atreides wins. Baron with second place with 11 points.
That's...
Hundro will have to settle for third. There is the counterattack. Absolutely brutal. And Helena, Roma, with intentions of trying to win the top of the board. And I think may have thought he had chances. And maybe should have found an extra point or two somewhere in this game. Oni finishes last. It's a terrible result for Roma. Leaves him in real strife for the rest of this. Beast moves to top of the table in this match. What a crazy, crazy match this was.
You have Grant.
It's from corner, and then I lose on Spice. That sucks, but I will take second here. I wasn't having the
I
best
go up to
game
12.
start.
You know who's sad now?
Oh, I don't lose on Spice.
Is the next
No, I go up to
big
12.
card was
I had both activated.
win the combat.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that would have been good to have. Oh man,
That was
that's so crazy. What a crazy game.
brutal.
that was chaotic. I mean,
My
that
last
was...
draws have been.
Wow, look at all that.
Well, Grand
I still-
Conspiracy stole from Blue,
Yeah, I
Granted,
stole
if you
mine.
don't take Grand Conspiracy, you take something that keeps me from winning this combat. So like that was one of the best cards you could have pulled from me. I used every intrigue card I had.
You needed it. You basically needed all the intrigues. Like you were going to
Mhm.
lose something. Like it sucked to lose Grand Conspiracy. It was a point, but you're losing something somewhere.
I
like
would much rather lose Grand Conspiracy than this
than
combat
anything
here
else.
to
Yeah.
yellow. That would have been much worse.
Oh, of course, definitely. But yeah, this was a all over the place match. This.
I can't believe I actually ended up using every single one of those intrigue cards. I thought for sure I was going to be sitting on a couple of them at the end of the game there.
Yeah, you'd think so. Yeah.
Oh,
I
there's
mean,
my last. Yeah. That was interesting.
it was pretty wild. I mean, I don't know. It was all over the place. Like Holly in the finals.
I thought I had a pretty good game going until the last few draws. Just...
Unfortunately, I'm agreed. I think like early
Yeah.
on, you probably fancy your chances to like maybe try and even like find a way to steal a win out of this, but it kind of There were a couple of funky draws, admittedly. I do think I mean. It might vary. Obviously, the one where the round before where you missed the Spice Must Flow, when you pulled the treachery. The problem was it's like you obviously
that one was greeting a little bit because I mean I wasn't expecting the Test of Humanity to come out 2 rounds in a row because I'm pretty sure Blue just played it, so I was like, okay, I can greed with Piter a little bit just because I have so much card
It was
draw.
the Piter actually. I didn't hate the
like
Piter
3
move.
times.
I think the mistake was throwing away recon because that meant you couldn't get the research station. That was your insurance policy. Because you had loads of water at that point. Instead, you had both experimentations, and then you were just like relying on getting lucky with the TM, which you didn't.
Yeah,
I think
it was. I think I was trying to hold on to those just because I was kind of scared of the game ending. So I wanted to keep them just for the last.
Yeah, that was the other question, if it ends or not. But no, I figured it was going 8 rounds. It's obviously easy for me to say that, but I think that was. If you keep recon there, like maybe you find that point. But I mean, who knows? It was a all over the place match. Like I think everyone got put in some weird spots. There was some funky draws. Like Paul invited all sorts of carnage with with everything.
Yeah. I drew. What was it? I drew like three Fremen, and then like this, and then this. I think was one hand. That was.
But you made sure to get spy satellites first, which was the right move. That was.
Oh yeah, no, that was. I may or may not have forgotten
having
I had
him
that.
sitting behind me was tough. If I had that spy satellites, like I was literally gonna pick it up if you didn't.
Of course.
Then having you sit behind me, yeah.
Yeah, it was a race, and Paul kind of won it realistically. So, but yeah, there was a lot of tricky calls. There was definitely, especially from like you were so greedy this game. It didn't pay off at all.
Yeah. I figured it's in this tournament format. I think going for first is always probably the better bet, and then just too many greedy plays. I think didn't pay out.
But it was a good watch though. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, it was good to see occupation value. You know, you don't see a lot. And Baron went usurp as well, which was cool.
Yeah, that was
great value. Right
yeah, no, like I was like, this card definitely scored me like at least 2 points.
You stole my treachery.
I did. I took your treachery.
I was thinking of picking it up with you.
Like he found the 1 in 4 draw for usurp. It was absolutely disgusting to find the steal. Like, that was brutal. I do not know how you.
Oh yeah, this was a little disgusting.
Well, I drew.
Oh yeah, that was unfortunate.
That was bad. I'm sorry about that.
It just was what it was. I should have gone a different route because I had a feeling that you had some like kind of nonsense, but I didn't see you having the card.
Even me sitting there, like looking at it, knowing what red has, like I think I still do it anyways. It's such a natural move. And you feel like if it's the only way anyone ever takes this alliance away from him is you making that move right there, you just kind of have to do it. If he's got the Benny bump, he's got the Benny bump. What are you gonna do?
Well, at the same time, like I had Chome shares in my hand and 4 intrigues. I did want to just go up to wealth and just play that and like play the game point before it got stolen. But then realizing that I blocked secrets and that it didn't matter, I was like, okay, I just have to do that.
Yeah, and you might find, maybe you find bribery, maybe you find the Benny bump, or quid pro quo or anything. I think it was the right move. You were unlucky that Paul had the backup immediately there, but I think it made total sense to me.
Yeah, no, lots of awkward spots in this game for me for sure. Looking forward to watching it back.
Yeah, I think you'll take second, but I mean, you put me through the ringer as well with freaking Secret Forces. My God. I was like,
no.
he's got the specimens. I don't think he's gonna say. He finally did, but I was just like, what is going on here? Oh man,
I told you about that.
jeez. But a good game though, guys. Good watch. So here's a look at the group tables here, and there's something mentioned for the game, but I'll get to it in 2 seconds. Beast finds himself at the top of the table with his win here. Free play 2-1 triple points. He's going to feel really, really confident he can make a top 2 finish and get himself straight into the quarterfinals. Far from guaranteed. He's still got some work to do. But with Roma 3 points adrift and Kira 6 with a game in hand, Beast definitely has a great opportunity to make his way to the cause. I think it will be good stuff. Further down, Roma obviously be really disappointed to only score the 1 point, leaves his qualification chances in some trouble. I do think Roma will be disappointed with how this broke down, and he feels that he probably should have got at least an extra point out of this. So with only 9 from 3, you know, he should be okay-ish, but it's a little more uncomfortable than it should be. Invalid gets us the 7 from 3. Really needs to try and find a good result in his last game, so pressure will be on there. And Papa Khann will have to settle with the couple of points from the end of this match here. Still got a couple of games to go, but he's going to need to probably find a win in one of his remaining 2 games. So first off, an absolutely chaotic and wild game. One of the fun ones I've commentated over the course of this match. However, and I assume I would have put in a text box for this. This is pretty major. Somehow every single person missed it, but Paul Atreides had a bonus point in that game. He had 2 Talaxi points, and I didn't see it. And no one else saw it. I'm sure many of you guys saw it. Thankfully, it didn't play a factor into the end result like here. Beast still won the game. But yeah, I think what must have happened is when Beast went and... I know there was a point where I think he went backwards on the Talaxu track. I think for whatever reason. I can't remember what it was. Like maybe it was for a faction bump. Instead of taking the beetle towards like the middle bottom, it gave him the Talaxi point, I think. And then the thing is that when you backtrack, it doesn't take it off of your score chart. And as such, it stayed on there. So that was why the maths wasn't quite right there. So it turns out that if Beast doesn't go secrets, Baron Harkonnen wins this game. And we didn't realize that until after the conversation happened. I was doing a write-up and I was like, oh, hold on a second, this ain't right. So, yeah, pretty wild. Sorry to have missed that, everyone. I'm sure lots of you folks did see it and comment about it. Fortunately, didn't affect the end result here. But yeah, that was pretty crazy that no one saw that. 5 people playing the game, and just no one picked it up. Pretty crazy stuff. But a really, really cool game, though. I really enjoyed casting this. I hope I didn't sound a little... It's something that's... It's easy when you're sitting in this seat and you see everything. It can be easy sometimes to kind of like, you know, say, oh, someone should do this and that and the other. It's not always that clear cut. I mean, you think of the Baron, and it's saying about like him using finesse to like go for the Bene Gesserit. Like, even though I'm sitting there and I'm like, this isn't going to work, I still think it's the right move for him. It's just such a natural move to take, you know. If Red's got the Benny bumps and such, he's got the Benny bumps. That's just the way it goes. You know, that's kind of bad luck. And I do think Baron maybe can count himself a little bit unlucky he didn't win this match, as it turned out. I think Usurp was a gamble, but he got tons of value out of it, as it turned out. I mean, him firing the Usurp at the end to find the treachery for the Emperor's Steel and get everything into the combat. Utterly crazy. Utterly crazy. He found that. An insane pull. But somehow we managed to get everything going at the end there. So good job to Blue. But yeah, definitely I think Rome will be really disappointed. Having got TM first round, definitely took the greedier routes with a lot of things, and just didn't really get rewarded for it at all. Like, kind of got punished a couple of times for it, and that's the way it goes sometimes, you know. I'm not gonna criticize. I think definitely, you know, going for it, I've got no complaints there at all. But it really didn't work for Helena, so I think it should be very disappointing to have not got at least. Probably like at least second place, maybe even third, to finish last after getting TM in the first round. You know, TM, clearly, obviously a terrible card. People should just stop buying it in every single game they ever play of Ixen Immortality. We have proof here. You know, you can't argue with the results. On that bombshell, it's time to end. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. It's been a good blast. We've got plenty more stuff going on as well. So take care of yourselves. We'll see you in the next conflict.